Think about mosquito biology. They're very much like butterflies. So they go from egg to larva to pupa to adult. So they have 4 stages. So that's holometabolous or complete metamorphosis. Lots of insects have this type of development. Beetles have this development. Flies have this development. Bees, ants, and wasps have this development. Butterflies and moths have this development. Mosquitoes are a type of fly. So they have 4 stages. So you've got one insecticide that you mentioned, Dr. Koehler, permethrin, which actually is plant-derived. So natural permethrin is plant-derived, and then you can also have synthetic pyrethroids, which are based on the same type of chemical structure. So that's going to kill the female mosquitoes that are being attracted to your trap. Then you've got something that's going to prevent those mosquitoes from being able to make it to their adult stage. So the eggs will hatch, you'll have larvae feeding on the water that's inside of your trap, but those larvae will never be able to survive that cocoon stage, that pupal stage. And for mosquitoes, we call those tumblers. So it actually makes it kind of a neat biological experiment, because you can look in there and you're like, wow, I see things moving in there. But it's okay. That means the trap is working, because those larvae are surviving and they won't be able to become pupa. So you won't have new adults emerging where they can feed on you, but you're attracting the ones that have already fed to be able to lay their eggs.
Yeah, we don't recommend that people pour the water out of the trap, because you lose that stagnant water odor. But the thing is that they often, when they do that, and some people are curious and they dump it out, they see the live larvae and they say that trap isn't working, it's breeding mosquitoes. And they're just thinking about it wrong, because that presence of mosquito larvae is actually an indication that it's working, as you said, Rebecca.
Yes, and it's interesting because you talked about some other things. So you add water and you're like, well, how much water do I add? Because you don't ever want the trap to go dry. The females like the high humidity, the larvae need the water in order to feed and to survive. So what is this opening in the side of the trap?
Okay, that's an overflow valve. So you can't overfill that trap. There's always space for mosquitoes to land and contact the insecticides on the inside of the trap. And the main thing is the insecticides are all on the inside, so there's no human contact or animal contact with the insecticides in that trap.
So the female mosquitoes are attracted. They're going to enter into the top of the trap.
Or even the sides. They may go in the sides too. In the overflow valve, yeah.
And these traps are designed to have stability, so they can sit flat on the ground, or you can hang them up. So there's a hanger. So you can hang them up high out of your way. You can put them low. And because the mosquitoes like the color, this also will stand out so you don't hit them with the lawnmower or, whenever you're cleaning up debris after a storm. So that also notifies you that the trap is there. Now,
also with the loop on the side, you could zip tie it to a fence post if you have wild animals that are knocking it over, or pets that would knock it over.
Now, my backyard is kind of a pasture area, Dr. Koehler. I've got lots of trees in the front yard. Where would you suggest the best place to put this trap would be?
Okay, the best place is going to be in a shaded area with low airflow. So you're going to be underneath bushes, maybe next to a house where it would be shaded from the wind.